Hello, thank you for watching. My name is Merginator, and I probably won't become a marshal when I do stuff like that. That guy was a douche, and I brought forth Forza Justice. So here I am in this magnificent Ferrari F40, and it is tuned for R class. It has over 1,000 horsepower, and this thing is a bullet. It is an insane beast of a car, and I won that very first race going around that very short Circuit of the Americas track. And here I am in the same hopper, just with much more people. Actually, no, it was a different hopper because that same track came on twice, so I changed hoppers into the back of that guy because he kind of took that in a weird fashion. Ford Escort, Hoonigan going wide, 4 cars wide, and they all just take each other out as this Audi cuts on the inside with a nice little dive maneuver. I'm up into 13th place. So that was interesting. And this course really isn't the best for showcasing how great this car can be in terms of top speed. But it's still fun to give this, it's still a challenge. You can still put up a fight. It's still very competitive. He takes himself out in the tire wall as well as that guy. And Audi just does not know how to properly take a turn and go around people. He tries to go through people. This car can still be competitive as he takes himself out. I get the inside line, as it is just incredibly fast on the straights. But I highly suggest using traction control so you can manage around the turns easy. You see how fast I catch up to that GTLM car. Of course, he's going to have better handling, but with some proper management and some practice, you can maneuver this car quite nicely around these kinds of tracks. Had some cars ghosted, re-entering the field. Saw there was going to be some trouble there, so I kind of just cut through there to get around the slow action. Lap 3, catching up to the Aston Martin GTLM. And I'm going to get a little tap here because I slowed down not to hit him. And I think that was just a racing accident, not a big deal. Lap 4, catch up to the Ferrari Enzo. This Rever Chaotic guy, he isn't the cleanest racer. I don't know if that's an actual racing clan or whatever, or racing group, but not your cleanest racer, that's for sure. So end of 5 laps, finish that race in 7th place. Starting out in 4th place, but already up in a second here at Laguna Seca. This track I was nervous about. I really didn't think I was going to perform too well. I actually expected to get smashed right here, but it doesn't happen, thankfully. So PTP lives on, is insanely fast in that old school, I don't know if it's a prototype or whatever, just an old school badass race car, and he puts that thing around the track really nicely. So yeah, spoiler alert, he's going to win this race rather easily. Got the Aston Martin right behind me, trying to get around me, but I am just parking it, holding onto my lane, and I freaked out when I saw 2 notifier tabs behind me. I thought they're going to run into me, so I steered clear of that. Drop it down to 3rd gear, take this left-hander. You probably could drop it down to 2nd to maintain faster speed in this car. But also pay attention to the brake line if you have it on, because that's what I didn't do here, and I ended up ruining my corkscrew chicane here. A little bit of lag, so that always is fun. And by fun, I mean terrifying. Smash into Mr. Hunt there, Hunt 414, didn't mean to do that. Get right past Albanian Noob. I was gearing for some understeer, I didn't mean to cut that. Albanian Noob right behind me. One more turn to finish lap 1. And I dropped back into 5th place, but I'm fairly confident that if I hold my lines and race as hard as I can, that I can catch up. Let off the throttle at the top of that, because you will fly off into the dirt, which somehow, amazingly, I didn't do out of 5 laps around here. I find it best to drop it down to 1st gear for some of these turns. A lot of people taking themselves out. Got X-rated Easy E, ghosted, and then something happens here. Don't know. Oh yeah, this guy's trying to drift around a turn like an idiot and ruining the race. He ghosts just in time for me to grab 4th place away from X-rated Easy E. That same escort, lap 5, takes out 2 other people, and then he will just take himself out. So if you're in a Hoonigan car and you want to drift, please, or I don't care if you're in any car, but it seems like the people who drive the Hoonigan cars in S-Class and R-Class, and they try to drift around corners while people are trying to race. Don't do that. That's just piss-poor racing etiquette. Aston Martin, very aggressive, trying to get back around to me. He wants his spot back. Same with X-Rated Easy E. Aston Martin is going to tap me again. I just barely tap X-Rated Easy E, but then my acceleration kicks in. He tries to sideswipe me, it looks like, but my car is just too fast to finish that race in 2nd place. Definitely get this car. I'm going to have the name of the tune at the beginning of this video, obviously, and at the bottom in the description. Livery done by TX3 GrandSean. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next race. Bye-bye.